Okay, let's talk about some really important lessons being taught by two football heavyweights. They've gone from the gridiron to the classroom to teach the game of life. Inkster's Westwood School District has fewer than 2,000 students, but as Paula Tubman shows us, they are pulling big-time talent in their mentoring programs.
Thomason Middle School is in Inkster, and it may be a small school. Some people might find it easy to overlook, but at this very moment, there's some really big guys. I mean, physically, really big guys who've turned their attention to the boys and girls in the school, and they're letting them know it ain't about football. It's all about them. Lee Roussan may wear a Super Bowl ring or two, but the former New York Giant running back is calling the most important plays of his career.
You're not born winners, you're not born losers, you're born choosers.
He's the founder of Move Your Chains, a nonprofit that brings together winners, including athletes and successful titans of business, and inserts them into classrooms to teach children ways to win at the critical game of life.
So you can choose who you are really, or you can choose to be somebody who you're not.
And so mentors from Move Your Chains have been coming in and talking to the young men and women, sometimes in that coach voice, other times in the library voice, but always with a lesson, and today it was build your brand.
We say that identity is both a noun and a verb, and so we focus on the noun of who you are, the person, the persona, place, the thing.
So how you see yourself and how others see you is a major role in who you are in your life.
Our hope is that the noun converges with the verb, that they learn who they are really, and then they become it.
Andre Fluell, a former Detroit Lions defensive tackle, is proud of the Lions these days, by the way, but he says these students fill his soul.
When I think about growing up, like, I wish I had two NFL players who would come to my school once a month to teach me.
If you do the best you can do every single day, guess what? Life has to work itself out.
Sometimes they may not get exactly what we say, but oh my goodness, like Maya Angelou said, they will remember how we made them feel, and they'll never forget that in life.
Brendan says in the nearly 12 months he's been a part of these sessions, he sees a difference in himself, at home and at school.
I used to get bullied a lot, but now when they talk about me, I just walk away.
At first I didn't have a lot of confidence, but now I'm building up more confidence.
And Aaron says he is motivated every time he hears these guys speak.
Now we're talking about our brand, like who we are, like how we see ourselves and how other people see us and how that affects us. I think my brand is that I'm one of the best. That's what I think my brand is.
12-year-olds talking about their brand. I'm not sure it gets any better than that. And if you're saying, whoa, wait a minute, what about the girls? What about the girls? You're like me, because I said the exact same thing. WNBA players have also adopted this school. They're talking to the girls, so it's very gender specific, so it's not broad talk, but very specific and intimate. And they're talking about real issues that affect those genders at this age group, Karen.
The mentorships really mean everything. Paula, thanks so much for the good news.